welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to be finalizing the side skirts and hopefully shooting some primer on them. I aim to do that tonight. A little bit cold. I think maybe I'll get a little bit of heat in the garage with the propane heater. But first order of business is we have to cut these guys and make them look even. So this guy is totally different looking than this guy because I cracked this guy really good when I was trying to get it off. And so this guy kind of looks, you know, uniform, and this one does not. So I'm gonna make some kind of shape here and cut it nice with some clean lines, and I'll mimic that on this side and cut this one as well. And I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side, and then I'll be able to smooth those edges, kind of round them a little bit, and I'll even everything up, and then I think we should be good to shoot some primer on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean them up, you know, maybe clean up the benches. I'm gonna figure out how I wanna spray these. Maybe stand them up on some sawhorses or something like that over here, and yeah, we'll see if we can get some primer on them and, you know, get them to look somewhat decent, and we can get an idea of what they're actually going to look like, because it's hard to tell what they look like when there's so many different colors like this. You know, like, it just looks blotchy and it looks wavy because of all the different colors, but in reality that's me smoothing all the waves out. Like, these were all the areas that were low, and so filling them in, we made a nice smooth piece. And honestly, running my hand up and down it like this, I really can't feel any wave. So I think that the paint's probably going to lay down really flat on these. They should look really cool. Despite them being fiberglass, they shouldn't actually be too wavy, hopefully, if the bodywork is good, which I think it is. So we'll have to see once we prime it. So here's what I got going on. I went ahead and traced out what I want to do, so I'm going to cut it nice and straight, and I'm going to also trim this side up too. I'll just have to do the other side, which is a little bit more dramatic. We'll see what kind of shape I can come up with on that side, but it is what it is. As long as it's the same, I don't really care that much. You won't see it. But yeah, then after that we're ready to prep and prime this thing. Alright guys, so I've got the helmet cam going on right now. It's on my head, so we should be good to go. Hopefully you guys can see everything that's going on. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and try to shoot some primer. So first things first, got all my stuff ready. You know, the more organized you are before you paint, the better your paint job's gonna come out. So right now I have the propane heater going, and we're heating up just to get the room a little bit warmer. I think I have the temp on about, yeah, we got 70 degrees going on in here now. So I'm gonna turn this down to low, and we'll use it on low for a little while. Once I start airing it all out, it should be better, but I have been trying to heat up the paint. Still cold inside, but I'll try to re-angle this a little bit. But yeah, still cold on the inside, but it's a little bit better than it was. So should be just about ready. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the fan on and get everything moving here. Go on just one for now. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my mask on. So this paint mixes 4 to 1 to 1. So I'm gonna do that. We'll just mix a small first batch here. And my hardener here. And we're going to thin it down real nice. Maybe a little bit extra.
bit overkill of a spraying stick, but make it work. Alright, let's see what we got for pressure. We're looking pretty good there. You can see we're below 20. For primer, you want to be a little bit lower than you would be for base coat or clear coat. Alright, let's see if we can get some paint going on. Oh, the cap's a little loose here. Just clean that off. Alright. Should be good to go. So I'm going to take our fan, wind the fan in a little bit. I'm going to go out to three turns, and I'm going to go ahead and give the whole thing a little quick wipe down, and then we'll proceed from there.
Alright, so I got all my gun cleaned up. I'm soaking it in a little bit of lacquer thinner, get it nice and clean, and everything else is just about cleaned up. Paint went on pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with it. You know, obviously a lot of imperfections and pinholes and stuff like that, but I was expecting that anyway. It looked better going on. It usually does, but you can see we have some areas of concern, but that is fine. I knew that was going to happen. And yeah, we're just going to have to put a little bit of filler. We got a little bit of spider action here, little spider friend. But yeah, so these guys are ready to be put on the car. So tomorrow I will try to figure out a way to mount them, whether I self-tapper them to the bottom of the car and then, you know, do some other stuff. I don't know. Not really sure how yet. It's got its regular mounting style that I retained here, the slide clips. So I'm going to use those, and then on the bottom I'll probably just screw it in if it doesn't line up, which I don't think they're going to. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there tomorrow, and we'll get these things mounted on the car. and then we will see what it looks like. I'm thinking it's gonna look pretty sweet. So what is up? It's the following morning, and you know, it was a couple seconds for you guys, but whole night for me. Anyway, the car was all frosted up because it got down to like 30 something degrees last night. I guess winter's coming. It's only fall, but winter's here. It was pretty tough to drive in with a completely iced up windshield, but it's all defogged now, or defrosted, because it's like 57 in here, like 32 outside still. But I had a couple of problems trying to get it started. It started right up, which I knew it would, because I kind of got the cranking fuel trim down. It's down, like it's perfect. It just fires right up. You guys will see from the video. I'm gonna post a clip I took with my phone, but you know, or not post, but I'll insert that, you know, after this clip. But basically, once it does start up, it does have an issue, and it'll fire up, and then it goes lean because the post startup fueling, I think, is not adequate. And I'm not sure. I think once it gets past that post startup, I think it's like 15 seconds. So I just kind of tacked it up for 15 seconds in the end, and it was able to push past it. I wanted to tune it out, but my laptop was dead because it's sitting in a cold car. So I'm gonna charge my laptop. I'm gonna add in probably, it needs like 10 or 15, like it was so much, it was so lean that it died. So it needs at least 10, maybe 15% more fuel in that spot. And hopefully we can get it to fire up and not do that like putt thing after it first starts up, because it doesn't really sound that good. I'd rather have it be rich than have it be super lean. So I'm just waiting for the garage to warm up a little bit. I'm gonna jack this thing up, see if we can get these side skirts thrown on, and see how it looks. Alright, so I got this thing jacked up. I'm about to lay underneath it and see what we're working with. So it looks like lighting probably won't be too good for you, but I'm gonna see if our holes line up. And it's tough for me to see too, so I'm gonna get a flashlight. So I just made a couple of cuts right here to clearance. Looks like dirty lens. I made a couple of cuts just to clearance where the factory sections are for you to jack, the jack points underneath there, because they were hitting. So I think we can get it to tuck up a little bit tighter now that those are cut out. So I'm going to go ahead and try to refit this and see if it fits a little bit better under there. Alright, so I got the side skirt mounted fully. I just have two clips in it for now, one at the front, one at the back, but those two are in there really good, and they'll keep it from sliding forwards, and when it slides forward is when it'll pop off. So I don't think it'll slide forward at any point, because if anything, it's going to be accelerating fast. It may be slowing down, you know, it'll shoot forward, but those pins should hold it in, so they're not going to fall off. I'm not really worried about it, but just saying. Yeah, so these things look awesome. I'm really pumped. They came out honestly better than I expected. I wasn't really sure what to expect, because this is my first time doing anything out of fiberglass from scratch. So yeah, I think all in all, it came out really good. The back kind of looks a little funky, but not too bad. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. It definitely is a good height, or it sort of matches the back, and it also matches the front pretty well. You can see the height is, like, you know, relatively even, so that's pretty awesome. I think it looks nice and uniform now. It's not too low. I'll show you guys once I get it back on the ground. But yeah, I just hooked up the ground effects lighting, so that's looking pretty sweet with the side skirt and the lighting. I can't wait to get it on the ground and see what it looks like on the ground. So I'm going to tie up a couple wires and lower this thing down. Alright guys, so it is a few days later and I've been a little busy, but I finally am getting back on it. I did finish up this side and I got the ground effects lighting all set up like I was saying. I think I showed you in the last clip, but now I got it back on the ground so you guys can see here how it looks. I think it looks pretty awesome. I'm happy. It meshes up pretty well with the front. The back, harder to tell because it kind of wraps the corner with the rear lip, but I think it looks good. It's the right height, or the right amount of low, because I don't think it's going to hit on a speed bump or anything like that, because it's the same height as the front lip and the lip hasn't ever hit on a speed bump, so I'm pretty confident that this isn't going to hit on anything, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, I think it looks really good. It's very simple, and in hindsight maybe I should have done some more design or more flair to it, but overall I am pretty happy with it. It looks pretty good. So I think that that's gonna be it for this video, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And this is gonna bring the whole process of the building your own fiberglass side skirts to an end. For now at least, they still have to be finished up and painted, but I think it's safe to call the series done here, because this is essentially how you would get a fiberglass part if you bought it from somebody. It's not like body work like that, but the parts come out of the mold straighter and then they just prime them and maybe sand it a little bit and then they ship it out to you. So that's about how you would get a part, and that's about where we're at with these. So I'm gonna go ahead and mount the other side, but no need to show you that. All I ended up doing, I don't know if I mentioned it, but all I ended up doing was using the factory clips on the bottom, and I can show you right here. These holes, they didn't line up for me because I didn't really have it pushed on all the way. So these holes, I ended up widening the holes a little bit to make it a wider slot, and then I ground down this section here, and on the other side too there was something that I had to grind, and that allowed me to push it up really close, and then I was able to get the clip in to the factory hole underneath the car, but also retain the rigidity of this. So I only had 2 clips in this side, but it's very solid. You can see I'm really trying to tweak it, and this thing is not moving whatsoever, so I'm pretty confident that it's not gonna fall off. But yeah, anyways, that's gonna be it. I'll mention it again, but if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's just that Accord guy, just like the YouTube channel, same thing, and you guys can message me on there and ask me questions. A lot of people have been messaging me and asking me questions, and I don't mind answering questions if you guys have specific stuff you want to ask. But yeah, that's about it. So thanks a lot for watching, and remember to subscribe. Channel's growing, 800 and something now, 820 something, so pretty pumped to get to 1,000. I'm really excited for that. I got to do something big for 1,000, so maybe if you guys got some ideas, let me know. Maybe we'll turn the car up or something. I don't know. We got to figure something out for 1,000, so let me know. But thanks a lot, guys. Peace.